Hi guys! So today I thought I would do kind of a makeup look for glasses, specifically for wearing kind of glasses. You can obviously wear this if you don't wear glasses, but highlighting the fact that when you wear glasses, your makeup kind of has to change. And for me, one of my favorite things to do is to do a very wide-eyed look for my eyes and then focus on actually doing more of a lip or cheek focus. So unfortunately, I have glasses that have like serious reflection, but this is the eye that's done. And I don't know if you can tell, but this is obviously the eye that's not done, and the difference in definition when I'm just talking or looking in the mirror, this eye definitely looks more defined. It doesn't just disappear behind your glasses. You want people to see your eyes behind your glasses. Not so much your eye makeup, but just your eyes and the fact that they're there and not disappearing beneath your frames. So to begin with, I have -7 prescription in both eyes, and so I'm blind as a bat. So when I take off my glasses and start doing this eye, I can't see. And I'm kind of lined up to make sure I'll be in frame, but just so you guys know, I'll be blind. So if I look like I'm stumbling around, it's because I am unable to see. So to begin with, I picked shades that are really, really going to highlight my eyes and be reflective. I picked nudes, but I've got Broken by Urban Decay. This is both from the Great and Powerful Oz palettes. I've kind of mixed and matched them, but this is Broken, which I think is a Theodora pat one. Illusion, which I believe is from Glenda's. Broken, which is Theodora, and West, which is Theodora. So that's the ones I'm going to be focusing on. And I just picked nudes that were going to be very sheeny and highlight my eyes. So anyways, I'll get on to it. Make sure I got everything. Okay. So to begin with, I'm going to take my MAC 213 brush. And I'm just going to wet the brush. And then I'm going in with that Illusion color, which is the one for my lid. And just build it up on the brush. And I already have Urban Decay Sin Primer Potion on my eye, as well as Maybelline Tattoos Barely Branded. I kind of forgot and put it on. And now I will pin back my hair because I totally forgot to do that. Yerp. It might look a little silly, but anyways. Now I'm taking a 226 brush, and I'm going to take that Beware, which is the medium brown, and it's a very matte shade. I'm going to put that in my crease, and I'm just going to windshield wiper it all over in my crease. Now I'm going to take West, which is kind of a frosted dark brown, and I'm going to use that kind of in my outer crease, just to add extra dimension, because even with my glasses, I still want to have dimension and real definition where I need it. Then I'm going to take a 209 brush, just a tiny little pencil kind of brush. I think this is technically a lip liner, but I never use it that way. And I'm going to take West, which is that dark brown again. And I'm using that to line my lower lashes. The thing with me is I do have contacts, obviously. With my glasses, I have to be extra careful around my eye, because if you bump your contact with makeup, you're like, oh, blink, blink, and it's gone usually, except if it's like gel liner. But if I hit my eye with this, my eye will start watering. You know, it's obviously my eye. So, that's going to be eyeshadows for now, because I'll come back to use that lighter shade. I'm going to go in and curl my lashes. If you have really long lashes, you probably have experienced where they hit your glasses, and especially if you have mascara on, it'll sometimes smudge, or the fact that it just hits your glasses is not fun. Can't find my mascara. There it is. So I have short lashes. I don't worry about that. If I put false lashes on, they would hit the glasses. I just don't wear false lashes. I'm using L'Oreal Lash Out in Butterfly. This is just a waterproof formula. And I'm going to do the second coat on my lashes because I've already gotten the first coat on. But if you have longer lashes, you can just use one coat and use something that's more volumizing or defining than lengthening. My lashes are in no way that long. They're kind of short and stubby. So for me, I don't have to worry about it hitting my glasses. Now, while that sits, I'm going to go on to the rest of my face. I've already done contour and foundation, and I'm going to go on to cheeks right now. So I'm using So Sweet, So Easy Cream Blend Blush, and this is from MAC. It's a pale pink, if you can see that. And you can do any sort of eye look. I decided to go with a pale pink just because I felt like I haven't worn that in a long time. So I wanted to focus on pale pink lips and very pale pink cheeks. But you could do a brighter cheek, a brighter lip. Some people really don't like red lips with their glasses. They think it comes off to like adult film star. But I think it can still look nice. You can still wear red lips with your glasses, and I think it all depends how the rest of your look is done. Now I'm going to use MAC Giggly. This is just a mineralized brush. This helps set, like, I have oily skin, so for me, the cream blush gives us something to adhere to make it last longer, and then this really sets that cream blush. And it just really helps bring out the pink in the cheeks. And I just do the apples of my cheeks. You could focus it on towards the back so that you know, like, it's not going to be really flush cheeks under your glasses. Some people don't like that, but naturally, I'm going to flush here and then go out, so that's how I do it. Excuse me. And now I'll just go back to my lashes so I can curl them now that I've done my last coat of mascara. And I'm just going to curl them at the bottom, curl them at kind of the midsection. And this is another way. If you have really long lashes, if you curl them at the bottom and then the middle and then the bottom again, it's going to add more of a curl like that. Like it's going to go out and... I'm like trying to watch myself. I can't even tell. I'm a blur, but it'll help your lashes are curling upwards more than if you just curl them and they're curled out. They're going to just kind of hit your glasses more frequently. Now I can go on and do liners. So I'm going to take L'Oreal Blackest Black Gel Liner. Gel liner is not fun for me when I'm not wearing contacts, but it really will define my upper lash line. I can't get close to my mirror even. Because it's just awkward positioning with my computer. I hope I'm in frame. Ugh. Yeah, so this is like semi-torturous. But if I wasn't filming, I could get closer to my mirror. So it wouldn't be quite so bad if it wasn't filming. And then I can take my Physicians Formula eyeliner, eye booster in Ultra Black. And I did kind of a pretty defined wing. And I actually started at my inner corner and went out. I am just going to like bring this closer, and I'm sorry that you guys have to see my mirror, but I won't risk stabbing myself in the eye. So I'm just doing a thin liner at the inner half of my eye just to really define the lashes, and then the outer half I can be a little less close to my lash line because I wanted it to get thicker. Okay. That should be. And you just want to make sure they're even. Especially because I feel like the more uneven it is, the more your glasses will help pick up on that. So you can kind of glance with your glasses on and make sure. I wish my glasses weren't so reflective. They don't have like that coating on them. But once they're even, you're all set on your gel liner and eyeliner. And I'm going to take Milk by NYX and line my lower lash line. This helps brighten and open my eyes. And then I'm also dabbing this in my inner corner. And I'm going to take my Benefit Watts Up and quickly put it on my brow bone. And I'm going to take that Broken shade, which is the really light one. I'm using that on a big fluffy 224 just to do my brow bone. Then I'm going to take... Oh no, where are you? See, this is a problem when I'm already having trouble finding things when I do have my glasses off or my contacts in. I'm going to take Broken, and this time it's on a 266 brush, so it's just the small angled brush. And I'm going to go in and do my inner corner. This just really helps brighten up that eye area. So if you can't tell, it's all about brightening and defining the eyes. That's how I keep it from being boring underneath my glasses or really having it where it disappears and looks like I'm not as put together. And I'm using Maybelline the Rocket mascara on my lower lashes, which is typical. Some people might have where their lower lashes also hit their glasses, though I'm sure that's kind of less frequent. But that's just one way of doing it. And my eyes are completely done, and I can take my Watts Up again and start doing my face highlighting. And I can put back my mirror so you guys maybe don't have to look at it. And I'm just going to use that where I would normally highlight. Nothing really changed about my face makeup. I used a different foundation, but it didn't change my average foundation because of glasses. And highlighting my cheekbones, I mean, it might not have the same effect as when I don't wear glasses. I mean, it does hit right where, but it still defines my cheeks. I just feel like the only thing I really focus on when it comes to my glasses is making sure my eyes are defined and not totally boring. I don't do a lot of smoky eye looks because they aren't as able to see. You can't see the smoky eyes, and I don't want to close up my eyes anymore. I really want to keep them wide because I have naturally wide eyes, and when I wear my glasses it really seems to narrow them. And also I try to make sure I do brows for sure, and I focus on taking my time and just defining my brows and making sure they're as close to even as possible, because I feel like when they're a little off, they really are more noticeable as being different because of my glasses. And yeah, so that's done. Very last thing is lips, and you can do any lip look. I'm doing a light pink one, so I'm taking MAC's lip pencil in Sync. I'm just using this to line my lips. I had Maybelline Baby Lips on too, so that helps keep my lips hydrated under whatever lip look I do. And I don't fully line my lips with this because it's a lighter color than my lips, but it's not something that I need to take away pigment. So I'm going to use Saint Germain by MAC, so it's a very intensely pink light look. I think maybe this is a color to do when your lips are very hydrated, because mine have been chapped lately. And I can definitely see the roughness where I normally wouldn't. And then I'm using Saint Germain lip glass. This one's so much lighter looking in the tube. But this should help combat that dry look too. And I'm just going to smooth the edges. And voila, all done. So this is focusing on brightening, opening your eyes and making them look defined, and then also having fun with like the rest of your face if you want to. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I don't mind my glasses, but I definitely feel more confident in them now that I've learned how to do kind of my makeup around the fact that I'm wearing glasses. So I like it now more than I used to when I first started wearing them. So I will talk to you all later. Bye!